Oh, it's the black man's fault that he's in the position. Well, what about black on black crime? I mean, it goes on and on and on. You know, I mean, I could sit here all day and give you examples. All lives matter. I mean, it just goes on all day. Black people ask for justice. White people find a way to try to obscure it, to try to take away from it, to try to demean it. We are colonizers. And I say that based on our behavior, collectively as white people. And until we stop being gaslighters and colonizers, white people are on a path of self-destruction. White supremacy, the lies of white supremacy, the colonizing mentality has never brought the white man happiness, and it never will. It's toxic, dysfunctional, and self-defeating. And it's not helping us. And now there's all this white rage, because when the abuser loses control, he gets angry. And then Trump was born because we had a black president. And he was perfect because he was racist. And that's what white America wanted, because they're angry, because they felt like they were losing control. Because colonizers have to have control. And we had a black president. And everybody just shit all over themselves. White people just freak the fuck out. Oh my God, we're losing control. We have a black president. He's going to oppress us and enslave us. God knows we're going to be whipped and lynched. This is literally, I think, some of the thoughts, the subconscious. I'm exaggerating, but in a way it's true. The greatest fear of the colonizer is all that evil, vile shit that we did will be done up unto them, us. And that's why there's so much white rage. The numbers are changing. Pretty soon, white people will not be the majority. The abuser loses control. So what do? We continue gaslighting. We continue with white rage. White domestic terrorism on the rise. The greatest threat in America. White people are enraged because they can no longer control their victims, black and brown people, the way that they want to. They're losing some of their power, some of their positions, some of their privilege. They feel threatened. So here we are, in a state of crazy, utter chaos. That's why I say the lies of white supremacy is our destruction.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are doing great and fine wherever you are watching us from. You know, I always try to bring thought-provoking and educative videos so that we can learn and relearn from the crazy things that are happening around us. Now it's coming to realization of some white folks that the hatred they have been directing towards black people is circling back to them, and they're feeling the pinch to an extent that some of them are now waking up and calling racism, colonization, and white supremacy that has been existing in their communities for centuries and centuries. And don't get me wrong, acknowledging racism, colonization, and white supremacy doesn't mean that you hate your whiteness. It means that you are learning that the system that has been privileging you has caused someone's dignity, freedom, and life. And this is exactly what this man is talking about in this video today. So kindly, let's dive in and give the video a thumbs up. I will really appreciate it.
Most white people are racist. The thing that white people hate to hear, and the thing that white people refuse to acknowledge and fix. When I say most white people are racist, what I mean is the majority of white people are racist. And I know this to be true. And if you're an honest person, you know it to be true. Yes, most white people are racist. And it's very simple as to why. Some white people are the perpetrators of racism. Some white people enjoy discriminating against black people and brown people. They enjoy seeing inequality being distributed. They enjoy their white privilege, and they work to protect it. They enjoy using the N-word. They are Trump supporters. They support politicians and lawmakers that promote racism. These are the perpetrators. These are the covert and overt racists, people that actually spew racism in all kinds of different ways, whether discrimination through words, through behavior, So many different ways. And then you have all the other white Americans that support it. And they support it how? By ignoring it. A massive millions and millions and millions of white people right now in America are actively ignoring white supremacy. And it's an art. It's a culture. It's what we do. We're masters as a white people at pretending white supremacy is not real, at pretending inequality is not real, at pretending all the statistics, all the racial data, all the racial disparities in every single American institution is not real. We are masters at ignoring it. And then the other thing that we do to support white supremacy is we deny it. Yes, the majority of white people deny white privilege, deny white supremacy, deny racial injustice. They thrive on denying it. It's part of their livelihood. So when I say white people are racist, it's because if we're not perpetrating it, we're supporting it. And until that changes, most white people are racist. So most white people support white supremacy, and I'll give you a little example. Today at lunch, I'm with 4 people at lunch. Today at lunch, I casually said, "Did you guys hear about what happened in Buffalo, New York?" Immediately, one of the people, "I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Drop it. Can you drop it?" Instantly. Maybe because they know me. It wasn't a good scene. An argument ensued because I won't drop it. I was taught to not talk about it. I was raised to be racist. I was raised to ignore it, be apathetic, not care. All the things that white people are taught. Most of us are taught that, whether if we realize it or not. We're all socialized to be silent. So I imagine right now as millions and millions of white people are actively and aggressively sitting in silence about Buffalo, New York. About 10 innocent lives just swept out from under them. The families that are incredibly grieving. I saw the video, by the way. It's hard to watch. It was very disturbing. But what I thought about was all the white people in America right now who daily ignore all forms of racism, who are not outraged, who are not even sad, just apathetic, don't care, not my problem. Remember something, white America. It's that silence. It's that denial. It's that apathy that gives racism and white supremacy permission. It's what you give permission to. Every time you ignore any form of racism, any form of white supremacist ideology, white supremacist little narratives that you hear from Fox News, from your buddies, from your coworkers, whatever it may be, discrimination, injustice, inequality, whatever you witness, whatever you see, that you ignore, that you hide from your kids. Oh, don't let my kids learn the truth about race. Ban CRT. It's what white people do best. We ignore racism. It's our legacy. We don't want to talk about it. We don't want to think about it. We want to protect it. We are the protectors of white supremacy. We're a bunch of damn fucking racists is what we are. That's what we have been socialized to do. Spew it or protect it. And like I said, we do it in 3 ways: silence, denial, and apathy. Complacency, not giving a damn. Well, remember this, white America. Every time you ignore any form of racism, you've got blood on your hands. Every single time. You're no different than that shooter in New York. He pulled the trigger, but it's your silence that gave him permission. You remember that. You know, there's one great distinction between black folks and white folks. Black people have the moral high ground. They do. Black people have when you do a comparison morally between white people and black people, you have to take away one thing: supremacy. Black people do not have a culture of black supremacy. However, white people do. So white people are narcissists, social, cultural, systemic narcissists is who we are because of our racism, because of the lies of white supremacy. How can white people have morality as long as we have bought into the lies of white supremacy? We can't. And how does that feel to know that black people have a moral high ground? How does that feel to know as a white person that you are sick, twisted, narcissistic, and immoral, highly immoral and inhumane? I don't use the N-word. What are you doing to fight and dismantle racism that benefits you, white person? Nothing. I ignore it, I deny it, or you perpetrate it. Those are the three things we do. We ignore it, we deny it, or we perpetrate it. That's what most white people do. I hate to say it, but it's true. And that's why I say we're social narcissists, and we have no moral high ground racially. We are sick, hurting people. Hurt people, hurt people. And we've been hurting a long damn time. We're hurting because of the disease of white supremacy. It's destroying white people from within. Look at the white nationalist party, the GOP. Not just them, all white people. But just as an example, look at the GOP. They're batshit fucking crazy. They bought into so many lies, and it all started with the great lie. The great lie of white supremacy. It all started with that. Everybody knows the GOP now officially is the white nationalist party. That's a fact. Matter of fact, you can look at a lot of the rhetoric that they spew, and it's almost identical to what the KKK is spewing and has been spewing for many, many, many years. It's the exact same rhetoric. It really is. Once again, I'm asking white people to understand, you don't do this just for black people as an anti-racist. You don't do it. I do it because I care about humanity, and I can't stand. I was bullied for many years. I can't stand to see people bullied. That's one reason I do this. It's true. But I'm not here to fucking save anybody except for white folks. Black people can take care of themselves. Yes, white supremacy creates victims, but don't think the only victims are black and brown and indigenous people. We are also victims as the people who are living this grand lie and this grand immorality of social, cultural, and systemic narcissism. White people, you're hurting. Until you heal from racism, you're doomed to live an immoral and toxic life. I've seen it in my own fucking family. Don't tell me it's not true. I've seen it in my own goddamn eyes. Living under the lies of white supremacy makes you sick. Nobody's good enough. You're not good enough. You're living lies. And it's people like Donald Trump, the grandest narcissist of them all. That's why white people love Trump. And don't think it's only the GOP. It's also in liberals. Many white liberals are just as racist as the GOPs, just in a different way. So if you're not doing anything to dismantle white supremacy as a white person, again, you are the problem. And you're only hurting yourself by ignoring it. Believe that.
So guys, welcome back. Honestly, I agree with what this man was talking about, because talking about racism, it forces people to confront two things. Number one, their privilege, and secondly, their potential participation in a harmful system, even unintentionally. And many white folks, they were raised with idea that racism is only about personal hate, not about power, not about structure. And when they are challenged, do you know what they always talk about? They always say that I'm not racist, I didn't own slaves, I'm colorblind, or perhaps I have black friends, And these responses, they are not malicious, they are so defensive. But they miss the point that racism isn't about who you are. It's about what you've inherited and whether you are willing to change it or not. That one should come to their understanding, and they should understand it better, because majority of them always think that perhaps racism is just about hating people. If they dig deeper, they will know what this racism is about. And some of the white folks, they fear being called racist more than they fear the reality of racism itself. And that fear, it becomes silence, and the silence become protection for themselves and not for those people who have been armed. You can harm someone. For instance, there is this video I watched about a white woman. She was in the United States. Then I came to realize that she's not a United States citizen. She's an immigrant there. She started calling a 5-year-old child N-word at a park. And then she went ahead and said that the child even looked like that N-word itself. So, you know, the white community went ahead and raised over $500,000 to this woman because they were claiming that if black folks raise money for Camilo Anthony, what about them? Why should they raise that money to their fellow white woman? And that's what they went ahead and did. Imagine after harming someone, then you went ahead and benefit of it. This is why I'm bringing this thought-provoking videos so that we can also learn and relearn from each other, because some people always consider themselves not racist, even though some of them have black friends. Yes, I understand, but there are some things they always do that determines that really they're racist. And the fact that some of the white folks are now coming out and calling that racism that exists in their community for centuries and centuries, it even makes it to be more interesting. It gives some hope, because not all of them will do that. Some are even scared of holding the camera to speak about it. That courage itself, they don't have it. So when you see some of the white folks coming out and addressing the racism, the colonization, the white supremacy that has been existing in their community for years and years, know that it took courage for them to come out and do it. Or perhaps their community might cancel them for speaking out the truth, because truth hurts. And this is what majority of them don't like. So the mistreatment of black people by some of the white people, it's not a footnote in history. It is the real history, because slavery built the Western economy. The black bodies were bought, they were sold, they were brutalized. Segregation itself kept black people from education, housing, and even equal opportunity. Talk about redlining, mass incarceration, cultural appropriation, where they continue to profit off the black art while excluding the black voices. This is still happening up to date. And some white folks, honestly, they need to hear this, that racism didn't end when Martin Luther King gave that speech. It didn't end when Barack Obama became the president of the United States. And I know by him becoming the president of the United States, it really disturbed a lot of white folks, because they knew that perhaps they will start experiencing and facing whatever the black people have been enduring in the United States for years and years, just because Barack Obama was a black man. And racism won't end until you face it in your family, in your church, in your schools, or you face it by yourself. And acknowledging racism, it doesn't mean that you are hating your whiteness. It means that you are understanding the system that is built to privilege you have caused others dignity, freedom, and even lives. And it also means asking yourself these kind of questions: what am I doing to dismantle this racism? Or whose voice am I elevating in the community, and how can I stop it? What truths am I trying to avoid? And what can I do to end all this? Because we are all human beings. I heard someone saying that this was a white woman. She moved from her state to the black neighborhood, and she came out and admitted the fact that after moving to the black neighborhood, she really felt safe than she never felt before. She felt so secure, and she appreciated the black neighborhood for its calmness, for the security. And she also said that black people, they have that communal life. They don't hate on each other. Like this man, whatever he said, that there is white supremacy, but there is no black supremacy. Black people always try their best to save each and everyone, to help each and everyone. And this hatred that has been directed to the black people from the white people for centuries, it's really hurting some of the white folks. And this is the main reason as to why majority of them are now waking up to realization that whatever they have been doing, the hatred they have been showing to the black people for centuries, if they don't stop it, it's disrupting their peace of mind. And they are so raged by the black silence because they always expect that if they do something bad, the black folks will be raged, the black folks will speak up. But they are seeing these black folks silent. And the same people who are trying to show or direct their hatred to the black people are now the same people who are being raged by the black silence. And they're asking themselves, how are these people surviving in this system? Even if we are trying to do, even if we try to do something bad to them, they're still thriving. That black excellence is still being seen in the community up to date. So, if you're a white folk watching this video, what are your plans? Do you have any plan to end racism? And how can you do it, being that some of your community, some of your very own, have started coming out, speaking about it, and even challenging you guys that you must wake up and speak about it? Because this is a white invention, and the white folks are the ones who can end it if they decide to actually end it. There is no day a black folk will come and say that today we are ending racism in the world. If the white folks who invented it comes out clearly and says that it's over, we are all equal, we are all human beings, then the black folks will consider them as true allies. But up to now, those who are coming out and airing their voices and calling racism, white supremacy, and colonization that has been existed in their communities, I really appreciate you all. We see you, we hear your voices, and you are the real OGs. So, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section about this. Are you supporting this man for whatever he said, or are you against it? I know majority of the black folks have been knowing this for years and years, and it's not new to them. So let me know in the comment section what you think about it. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. I honestly appreciate it, and credit belongs to the original owner of the clips, Mr. Dixon White. I appreciate your courage for coming out boldly and call out whatever is happening in your own community. I'm your presenter, Judy. So let's meet on my next episode. Take good care of yourselves.